I was an afterthought, and all for what? To protect their dirty money, their expense accounts, their place at the boardroom table. When you first invited me in, it was like waking up from a long sleep. My life had become the rush hour commute, the fake laughing, lowering my head, risking my life to score points. And all of that was fine as long as I had a place to drink after work and a batting cage nearby. And then, just like that, none of it mattered anymore. The one person who shook me awake, the one who invited me in, it was you, Revy. What concerns me now is that the one woman who showed me all of this is acting just like the people who betrayed me.
Convenient for you to see it like that! God damn it! This isn't one of those cheap, picaresque Hollywood films you love to talk about! There are no heroes in this life! And what's all this about pride? Fuck your pride! Look around you. It's shit as far as the eye can see. I hate to break it to you, but there is no fucking Robin Hood!
If there's no Robin Hood, then why don't you become Robin Hood? It's gotta be better than feeling sorry for yourself. Crying about your hard life.
I was saving you. I only wanted to help. I only wanted to help. I only wanted to help.
I told you to stay away.
Please.
I told you to stay away!
No. Why did you leave me?
You were looking for something different from Japan and your daily life. Nothing's really changed for you because you still haven't decided. You dread returning to your normal life under the sun, but you're afraid to go any further into the darkness. You're undecided, hesitating between two lives. You don't actually want to save me. I remind you of the normal life you thought you'd thrown away. That's all this is. If you sit back and watch me die, you'd be losing the very last of your recollections of this normal life in Japan. You don't want to lose anything, do you? Not even the life you threw away. You still yearn for it, but you don't want it enough to keep it. If that's the way you are, how will you ever choose to save someone? If you can't even change your own life, how can you change someone else's? So tell me!
Once we were sold to the Mafia, all we ever saw was blood and darkness. They would beat us and kick us so hard that at night I couldn't stop peeing blood. Every night my brother and I would talk to each other, and we always wondered why was it that God wanted us to suffer like that? But you know what? After a while we stopped wondering, because we both realized something. The other children would be brought before us. They'd be crying and then they'd be beaten to death with bats, and you know what then? The adults would all be laughing. My brother and I started to laugh too, and while we laughed we realized this is how the world really works. Yes, the world would keep turning as long as people were being killed. And that must be the reason why we're here.
I believed in God right up until that night the cops beat the hell out of me for no reason at all. All they saw when they looked at me was another little ghetto rat with no power and no God. What's left for a poor little Chinese bitch to rely on? It's money, of course, and guns. Fucking A. With these two things, the world's a great place.
I wish I hadn't heard that. I'm sorry.
What would you say these two things are?
The first one's an old skull, and that's some sort of metal.
That's where you're wrong. Both of these are just things. As soon as you strip away their meanings, then that's all they really are. Just things and nothing more. And if you're gonna give these things any kind of meaning again, they won't get any of their value because they're someone's precious memory. Their value will be determined by the one thing everybody agrees on. And that's money. The rest of it is just a bunch of sentimental,